theme for the month of November. Making a decision. This is interesting. It's interesting that this is showing up reversed because this is the Seven of Cups. And when this card is right side up, it indicates dreaming big or attempting to make a decision. So this is reversed, meaning the decision has already been made. And I just think this is fascinating that we're, literally on the day of the US election right now, and this card is showing up saying the decision's already been made. So it's a month to dream big, but it's like the big decisions have already been made, which I think we all sort of know and have known. There is this big part of me that absolutely believes that all of this election, political parties, it is all control and manipulation. It is all programming.
This is Leah Steele. Welcome to the Wealth Witch podcast. Just a few years ago, I experienced complete financial collapse. We lost a business, our home, and a car. My husband was selling plasma to pay for diapers and formula. I was living a life I hated, and I was miserable. It was the lowest part of my life. It ended up being my biggest blessing. Just a few short years later, I've designed the life of my dreams. I live a life of luxury in beautiful Bali, Indonesia, travel the world, and spend my days helping others manifest wealth and abundance. Living a purpose-led life changed everything for me. This podcast is about my journey, my top tips and tools for manifestation, and interviews with all the amazing, world-changing, inspiring people I meet along the way. Welcome to my world.
Welcome to the special edition episode of the Wealth Witch podcast that happens every single month. I am Leah Steele, your host, and for those of you that are listening via the podcast, welcome to the second edition of the monthly wealth forecast. And of course, for all of you that are watching on Facebook in my free Facebook group, Rich Abundance, welcome back. This has been the home of the monthly wealth forecast for quite some time. And those of you that are watching on YouTube and Brighton, we appreciate you continuing to come back and show these forecasts your support and love. So if you weren't already aware, I do these live into my free Facebook group, Rich Abundance, every single month. And so if you haven't joined that Facebook group, definitely do that. If you're watching the podcast, it'll be there in the description of the podcast. If you're watching on Brighton or YouTube, it will be there in the description of the video. So something that I'm actually feeling a little bit relieved about is that energetically this month of November, which is an 11 month where we have the 1111 portal, is set to be another magical month of manifestation. So as the Wealth Witch, that always makes me extremely happy. So I'm excited to be moving into this incredible November energy. And then Sagittarius season starts at the end of the month, which is my season. So I'm super excited about that as well. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about energetically and astrologically, we are getting some relief this month. It's been a few months of I just feel like it's been energetically brutal for the last several months, really since June, July. So I do feel like we're getting a little bit of a reprieve this month, which is a good thing. And that is from an astrological and an energetic perspective. We do have a couple of bumps in the month that I'm going to make you aware of, but overall, I feel like energetically with a couple of planets leaving retrograde this month, the energy is definitely going to get lighter, especially with Mercury going direct yesterday and Mars getting ready to go direct at mid-month. And then we also have Neptune going direct at the end of the month. So 3 planets coming out of retrograde in November, which always lifts energy, which always seems to make things flow a little bit more smoothly. So excited about that, but I am very interested to see what the cards have to say about the month of November, because I have a feeling that we are going to have some surprises coming our way, even though things appear to be fairly smooth on the energetic and astrologic forecast. So let's talk a little bit about Mercury retrograde. Holy Hannah, how many people are fucking thrilled that Mercury has gone direct? This was a rough one. I don't know about for you, but for me, this was probably one of the most technologically difficult Mercury retrogrades that I've experienced in years. So Mercury did go direct on November 3rd. Thank fuck. But post shadow is going to be a bitch on this one. So we are not out of the woods yet. I really am still recommending against buying any major appliances, against buying anything technology related in the next 2 weeks. And so I am hoping that the majority of this has actually passed us by, because my 14-year-old is turning 15 on November 15th and he wants a new iPhone. And so I'm going to wait as long as possible to purchase that. The closer we get to post shadow, the more comfortable I'm going to be with that. So really, really, again, no major appliances, no major investments, and especially when it comes to telecom communications. And I would say no buying laptops, computers, major electronic devices either until post shadow is over, which will be in about 2 weeks. So next up in the month, on November 6th, we have Mercury squaring Saturn. So this is important. This is one of those bumps in the road that I wanted to talk to you about. Mercury squaring Saturn. Watch out for unwarranted suspicions and resentment. This energy is going to be a little bit aggressive and can really kick off big trouble happening if we don't keep it in check. So definitely be on the lookout for that on November 6th. Then one of my favorite times of the year, for sure, the 11/11 portal comes on November 11th. And this couple of days is actually going to be really special because we have the 11/11 portal opening on the 11th, which in most cases stays open till November 21st, which is actually when Venus enters Scorpio. So we've got a really magical time between November 11th and November 21st. But the very next day, on November 12th, we have Jupiter, Pluto meeting in Capricorn again. And this is exciting because this is about thinking big. This third time that this conjunction is happening, it really is about leaving your legacy and deciding what it is that you are leaving on this planet as your legacy. So 11/11 portal, just obviously an amazing magical time for manifestation, an incredible, incredible opportunity to look at what you desire to call in 2021 and to begin setting those firm foundations for manifesting those things during this portal. I am going to be doing a very special 11/11 activation. For those of you that are in the New Wealth Paradigm Transmissions group, the final transmission will be on 11/11. So that will be included for those of you that already purchased the New Wealth Paradigm Transmissions. If you have not purchased the New Wealth Paradigm Transmissions and you would like to get in on this 11/11 portal activation that will be happening on November 11th, there will be a link for you to sign up for the 11/11 activation, which will be $88. It's going to be really incredible. I love doing these every year. And for me, it's just a really incredible time to call in all of the celestial and galactic energy to support us in really manifesting during this really, really potent, powerful manifestation portal that is the 11/11 portal. So, and as I mentioned, on 11/12, we get that incredible Jupiter, Pluto, Capricorn energy, which is really about thinking big, like really thinking big, not, what do I want to create next year? This energy on this second day of the 11/11 portal is, what am I creating in this lifetime? And we get to have really, really serious forward momentum here. So then we move into November 15th, which is Josiah's birthday, where Mars goes direct. So this is, we've been waiting for this for a while. The energy definitely is going to be lightening up on November 15th, again with Mars going direct, but it's going direct in Aries. So here's the exciting thing about Mars going direct in Aries, where it's very, very at home. This is that piece where it's like serious forward momentum and motion towards our goals. That is what this Mars energy is really, really incredible for. And on the same day, we have a new moon in Scorpio. So new moon and Mars direct on the same day. Emotions are going to be high this day, okay? And the things that you are trying to hide away with the new moon in Scorpio are going to come to light. So it's a great time, though, to manifest a loosening of inhibitions. So all of those of you that are walking around with a stick up your ass after this election, can loosen your inhibitions and start enjoying yourself a little bit come mid-November, okay? Stop letting that shit control you. But really, for me, this is always a really beautiful time. I love a new moon in Scorpio because I tend to be a little high strung and a little bit uptight. And so it's really great to kind of just let loose, let everything flow, and really enjoy this energy of the month. So then we move into November 21st, which is the end of that 11/11 portal, but also when Venus enters into Scorpio. So deep, deep sexual energy here as Venus moves into Scorpio. And all that entails, like Scorpio, with its very, very sexual nature in Venus, it really heightens that energy. So it's a time to really go very deeply with your sexual and romantic partners in the exploration of those relationships. Here is the thing I do want you to watch out for, though, on November 21st. We're at the end of that 11/11 portal. That's closing up, manifestation, and we're moving into this Venus and Scorpio energy. What I want you to watch here is third-party financial transactions, okay? Watch what is being bought on a global audience, on a global scale, what is being bought or what is attempting to be bought. This is where we are going to begin to see the downfall of financial systems and structures. You potentially may see mergers trying to happen on this day. You may see mergers falling through on this day. You may see financial corruption being exposed on this day. So definitely watch for this. I do believe that there are some major acquisitions that are happening behind closed doors this month, which is why I called this month the acquisition. And some of those are going to benefit the collective and some of those are not going to benefit the collective. Those that are not, if they are going to be exposed in the month of November, it's going to be around this time that Venus goes into Scorpio on November 21st. And with November 22nd, we begin Sagittarius season, which I am so excited about. My birthday is on December 1st, so let the adventuring begin. Sagittarius season is all about getting out of our own way. It's about deeper schools of spiritual thought and wisdom. It's about expanding our ways of thinking. It's about pushing ourselves to strive, to do better, to be more in this world. And it's the season of brutal honesty. So you're welcome. Everyone's going to be walking around talking like me all month long. Have fun with that. November 28th, Neptune retrograde ends. And so we have been so steeped in the rational since Neptune went retrograde. We've just literally been pulled out of our big dreaming minds and into the real rational world of thought and logic and reason. And so that's amazing that we're getting to move sort of out of that and back into dreaming big. I could have just as easily called this month the Dream Big month, because there is this piece at the beginning of the month about creating our legacy. There is absolutely this piece of moving into Sagittarius season, and now we've got this Neptune retrograde going direct. So yes, the acquisition, but also could definitely be called the Dream Big month of the year. So Neptune goes direct in Pisces, and it just really is that time to dream big again. And it's also really marking this time of spiritual rediscovery that's happening between, about this time, the end of November through the end of December. We're moving into this real beautiful time of spiritual rediscovery. For me, I feel like this date here, November 28th, is actually what marks us beginning to transition into the age of Aquarius for real, right? And I believe that age of Aquarius begins on December 17th. But this is where we begin to make that transition. This is when we begin to make that transition to being less about the individual and being more about the collective, being less about mastery of physical matter and being more about mastery of the spiritual realm and spiritualism. We move out of this manipulation of money and physical matter and mastery of, all the physical plane and into this very spiritual plane, into working in the quantum realm. And so all of that is beginning now or soon at the end of November. On November 30th, the very last day of the month, we have full moon in Gemini that is also a lunar eclipse that begins our winter eclipse season. So obviously, full moon in Gemini, Be prepared to have strange dreams, lots of nervous energy surrounding this full moon and this eclipse. Expect truths to be revealed. This may be a day of disclosure of some kind, so keep your eye on that because it's also a day of assertive communication. This full moon will be life-changing for the collective. This November 30th full moon will be life-changing not only for you, but for humanity as a whole. So something big coming on November 30th, the last day of the month, the day before my birthday. And so that is kind of the astrological and energetic forecast. Let's dive in and see what the cards have to say. Hey, I hope you're enjoying this episode of the Wealth Witch podcast. I wanted to take a quick break to talk to you about an amazing offer I have to work with me like my high-end clients do for a fraction of the investment. If there's anything that the last several months of chaos and change has showed us, it's that our perceptions of what is safe, stable, and secure is anything but. You are your guarantee. You are the key to unlocking and calling in the wealth that you desire. If you don't already know, I'm all about belief and intention, and for me, deciding is the most important action you can take. So I don't need to convince you. You'll either resonate with this or not. The only prerequisite that you need to have is a desire to change your current financial reality. This mastermind I'm about to tell you about is about empowering you to take back control of your financial destiny and take action towards creating the life that you deeply desire. The Wealth Alchemy Mastermind is hosted via the Telegram app, and I've set it up in a way that it's accessible. This is an incredible opportunity to work with me in this mastermind at a special pre-launch rate of $44 a month. Yes, you heard that right. Just $44 a month to work with me at the same level that some of my high-end clients do. So what do you get? Weekly exclusive content and training, a monthly Zoom coaching call, a monthly Q&A session, wealth paradigm downloads, wealth activations, and a mastermind chat full of like-minded community. You aren't doing this mastermind for the content. You're doing it for the transmissions, period. You will be activated with abundance just by being in this container. But you have to act fast. The pre-launch offer is only available for a limited time, so click the link in the description of the podcast and sign up now. I'd love for you to join me, so do the thing. Now back to the podcast. Okay, so as we know, the cards don't lie. So let's see what the month of November has in store for us in the cards. And I am using my favorite tarot deck, which is the Robin Wood Tarot. There's a link to this in my Amazon shop if you want to use the same cards that I use. These are the cards that I teach with. And I am so excited that the tarot course is finally launching for my Black birthday sales that I do. That will be the last Thursday of November through the 2nd of December. We will have a super special promo on for the tarot course, which will be finally officially launching into the world about a year late, by the way. We finished filming this course in February, and it's just an incredibly beautifully filmed and put together journey of discovery through the dreamer's journey. And it's really intended not only for you to learn to read your own cards, but for you to learn to read for others as well. So the link to my Amazon shop will be in the description of the podcast. And again, it is the Robin Wood Tarot. It is my favorite deck for learning. It is my favorite deck for teaching. It is very similar to the Rider-Waite, but it has more occult and mysticism symbolism in it that really resonates with me because it has Celtic nature. And as those of you at home can see, it's got a beautiful Celtic pattern on the back of the cards. So that's a little bit about the upcoming amazing tarot course, which you can actually buy in pre-sale right now, which gives you access to some pre-recorded videos. And we will put a link for that as well in case you do want to jump on it right now. You can get it in pre-sale right now for $111. And once it officially launches during Black birthday sales, it's going to be $222. So if you know you already want the tarot course, I would definitely do the thing and jump on that. All right, let's see what is happening first. We're going to pull a theme of the month. theme for the month of November. Making a decision. This is interesting. It's interesting that this is showing up reversed because this is the Seven of Cups. And when this card is right side up, it indicates dreaming big or attempting to make a decision. So this is reversed, meaning the decision has already been made. And I just think this is fascinating that we're, literally on the day of the US election right now, and this card is showing up saying the decision's already been made. So it's a month to dream big, but it's like the big decisions have already been made, which I think we all sort of know and have known. There is this big part of me that absolutely believes that all of this election, political parties, it is all control and manipulation. It is all programming. And so it doesn't really matter that much if you go out and vote, because ultimately both sides are serving a greater agenda that is in place meant to control you and to continue to treat you as the commodity that you have been programmed and conditioned to be since you took your first breath on this planet, and that ultimately who wins or loses an election doesn't shift that. And that is the real fundamental thing that needs to shift inside of humanity, and the thing that will no longer be sustainable as we really move into the age of Aquarius. So to me, I think this is a beautiful reminder of like, the decision's already been made. It doesn't actually matter that much. Right now, it's a time for us to step into our sovereignty so that we can help the collective. All right, so let's move into the first week of the month, which we are well into right now already. I like to typically get these done on the first day of the month, but that wasn't possible with my schedule this week. So here in Bali, we are already on November 4th, but this week would have been from Sunday, November 1st. We're actually going to go from Sunday to Sunday, Sunday, November 1st through Sunday, November 8th. And the theme of this first week of November is the Queen of Swords. So this is absolutely a card of standing in our sovereign power. So I love that that's coming up there. And on Sunday, the 1st of November, we get the Hanged Man. So in that place of kind of being stuck, but that is always self-initiated, right? The Hanged Man is always about we're stuck, but we've put ourselves there. So a time for reflection on the 1st of November. On the 2nd of November, we have the Justice card. So the Justice card straight up that Monday, the 2nd of November, meaning everything is working out in our favor and can literally indicate financial judgments and rulings in our favor. The card is right side up, which is great. Okay, and then we move into today, Wednesday, the 4th, Holy Grail upside down. So this is interesting because immediately what comes to me is the Merovingian bloodline upside down is what came to me. I don't know that we have time for this full conversation and this full story. And so I would just say that this card indicates to me that either Donald Trump is upside down in the polls right now, or that his reign will be upset. So it may not mean that he doesn't win, but it means as of right this minute, us pulling this card on this day, Merovingian bloodline upside down, and of which he is part, or that his reign is actually disrupted. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Sunday, Sunday the 1st, Monday the 2nd, that's the 3rd. Tuesday the 3rd is that card, so that would be today, either in your part of the world or yesterday. And then we have Wednesday the 4th, where I am right now, the Devil upside down, meaning we are breaking free from the ties that bind us. We are literally breaking free from the ties that bind us. And so I think that is important, especially as we move into, let's see, what are those dates? Yeah, so we're getting ready here to go into the 6th, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, getting ready to move into that Mercury square Saturn, and those unwanted suspicions and judgments potentially coming up during that time. And so, yeah, breaking free from false pretenses and ties that bind on the 4th. So the 5th, Thursday, the 5th, we have the Wounded Warrior. So here's the Wounded Warrior card. And he is in a position of non-action. It's like, all right, he's fought the battle. And this is so interesting, right? It's like election. We fought the battle, whatever side you're fighting on, which I think is quite ridiculous, but to each their own. Whatever side you're fighting on, the battle has been fought, okay? So now we've got the wounded warrior, and this is literally the collective. The collective is the wounded warrior no matter who wins the election, okay? Here's the collective now on the other side of the battle needing to take its time to rejuvenate and regenerate. Saturday the 7th, we have the marriage card. So if you're married, this is a really great indicator that it's time to take some time for your partner in your life. This is the card of making the marriage work. Again, moving out of the election, regardless of whatever side you were on, half of those people are going to have to learn how to make the marriage work, right? Like that's what's really going to be alive for people the day after election results are announced, likely. And then we have Sunday the 8th, things not moving as quickly as we would like them. So, we've got that wounded warrior card on Friday, which is a time of stillness. There is this 8 of Wands reversed, meaning things aren't moving as quickly as we would like them to. So it's like slow down, make the marriage work, take time to rest and rejuvenate over the weekend. And I think it's very interesting that we got that 8 card on the 8th of November. We pulled an 8 card on the 8th of November. Saturday, Sunday. Okay, so now we will move into the second week of the month, which is the 9th of November through the 15th of November. And smack dab in the middle of this baby is our 11/11 portal. And an incredible, incredible activation that we will be doing for that. Again, if you haven't already and you do want to take part in that activation, the links will be in the descriptions of the podcast. If you aren't already a part of the New Wealth Paradigm transmissions, because if you are, you're getting that included. So theme of the week, the 9th through the 15th, is the 5 of Pentacles reversed. I love this card in the reversed position. This card in the reverse position means we are not missing any opportunities. And so that's great. So we have a week of opportunities coming our way and not missing any of those opportunities. That's a beautiful card to pull during the week of the 11/11 portal. And so as we move into Monday the 9th, here's something else that's a little interesting, right? Like we're still feeling stuck. So we've moved from this wounded warrior into things not moving as quickly as we would like, now into the 8 of Swords, which is the card of being stuck. This woman here is tied to all of these swords and she's bound with a red rope, but it's tied quite loosely. And literally all she would have to do is shake her shoulders for those ropes to fall down around her feet. So this is another card that is putting self in a place of stuckness. So something to remember on Monday as that energy starts to show up. And then we move into Tuesday the 10th. We have the King of Swords right side up. So Queen of Swords the week before, King of Swords here. Again, this card is all about standing in power. This card is all about claiming our sovereignty, standing in power, and acting assertively. So that's what's coming up on Tuesday the 10th. Then we have Wednesday the 11th, which marks the beginning of the 11/11 portal. And I love this. We have the soulmate card, 2 of Cups. Like such a beautiful card to pull at the beginning of this manifestation portal, basically meaning that like your dreams and your hopes and your aspirations during this portal will be aligned with what is in your soul's highest and best good. So I love that. 11/11. 11/12, we have the Chariot card. So here we are finally being able to move forward, okay? And I also love this because this is that conjunction of Jupiter, Pluto in Capricorn, which is all about creating our legacy and thinking big. And then we get ready to move into Mars going direct on the 15th, which is happening just a few days after this. But all that stuckness that we've been experiencing from the Monday of the week before with the Hanged Man, then moving into the Wounded Warrior, time of non-action on Friday. Sunday, that 8 of Wands reverse, things not moving as quickly as we would like. Monday, feeling stuck, 8 of Swords. Now we get the Chariot card. This is the card of putting the wheels on the cart, moving forward, things now finally moving forward. So that is Thursday the 12th. Then Friday the 13th, we have the Judgment card upside down. So like we're not having a phoenix rising from the ashes moment. I think, here we begin to settle into all of this hoopla that we've been leading up to in this first week of November, it's over, right? No phoenix rose from the ashes. Judgment Day didn't happen, right? Like the Judgment Day didn't happen. We're still in control of our lives. We're still living our lives. We're still the most powerful creators in all of our reality, right? It is us. It is us. It's ultimately us who levies judgment. So that card on the 13th, Friday the 13th. Saturday, the 14th, we have the Strength card upside down. So not feeling like we have the strength to do the things that we need to do on the 14th. This can be some of that last Mars retrograde energy happening. As we know, planets in retrograde like to give us a last kind of kick in the ass. So there's the issues with self-confidence. I don't quite have what it takes. Feeling like we don't have the strength to move forward. That final day of Mars retrograde on November 14th. And then November 15th, we have the Knight of Swords upside down. So again, we have Mars going direct here. We also have a new moon in Scorpio, emotions high, but it is a great time to manifest a loosening of inhibitions. I love this card in the reverse position. This is the Knight of Swords reversed. This, for me, is really just an indicator of like being able to see through the bullshit. Like nobody's bullshitting us, nobody's lying to us, or if they are, we're not buying what they're selling, right? So I think it's a really good card to be getting as Mars goes direct. So that is the 15th of November. And we now move into November 16th through the 22nd, and we will be pulling a theme card for November 16th through the 22nd of November. All of this in the middle of the 1111 portal. So here we have the Three of Pentacles. This is the card of getting something ready to take to market. So we're working on our manifestations, right? We're working on those soul contracts with ourselves. This is often a card about contracts. So soul contracts. And in relation to Pentacles, right? Money, manifestation. Work during this time. Take advantage of this portal to lay the foundations that you desire for this week or lay the foundations for what you desire into 2021. But this week it's that time to harness your legacy. So that's the theme of the week. And then on Monday, the 16th, we have the Death card. So something's dying. Let it go. Something's dying. Let it go on the 16th. On the 17th, we have new financial opportunity. I love that we're getting Pentacles energy during this week. This is the Ace of Pentacles, one of the highest money cards in the deck, always about new financial opportunities that are extremely, extremely lucrative. So love to be getting that card smack dab in the middle of the 1111 portal on November 17th. Then we move into November 18th, and we have the King of Wands upside down. So King of Wands upside down, this is always the Donald Trump card to me, interestingly enough. So 18th, King of Wands upside down, but also an indication that we need to step into our purpose, that we have been focused outside of ourselves and not on the things that we need to be focused on for too long. It's time to write this king into his rightful place of ruler of passion and purpose, and start focusing on what it is that we're desiring to call in and create. Thursday, the 19th of November, we've got the King of Cups right side up. So the good news is right now, emotionally, things are going well. We're leading with love. We're in a place where emotionally we're feeling upright on the 19th. So the 20th, Friday the 20th, we've got the Knight of Wands. So now we start to move forward into purpose. We start to charge forward. Here's our knight, our messenger of passion and purpose, moving forward out into the world. Saturday the 21st, Venus enters into Scorpio, the family upside down. So interesting here, right? So something in the family, making the family upside down on the 21st as Venus moves into Scorpio. Again, though, this is the day that I gave you the warning. Watching what's happening with third-party financial transactions, something that may be affecting families as a whole. There's going to be some kind of reveal on this day, so stay tuned and watch for that. Then the 22nd of November, Sagittarius season begins. The family upside down again. Here's the kids upside down. Here's the children upside down. So something definitely happening over the weekend with the family. If you do have a family and if you do have children, make sure that you're paying close attention that weekend and spending time with the family. over the weekend of November 20th and 22nd. Something going on there. Okay, so we move into the final week of November, which is the 23rd through the 29th, and then we will also do the 30th. But the 23rd through the 29th, let's grab a theme card for the week. Mercury retrograde ending during this time, and that full moon lunar eclipse happening on Monday the 30th. So the theme for the week here, Six of Pentacles. Love this. Card of resources, charity card. This literally is the card of trying to figure out where to spend your time, energy, money. So some of you may be feeling spread thin. It is Thanksgiving week in the United States. So some of you may be feeling spread thin. This is a reminder that you have more than enough time, energy, money for all of the things that you desire, but you need to make sure that your priorities are straight. So that's your call in the final week of the month. And then we move into Monday, the 23rd of November. We get the Page of Pentacles. So I love, it's a manifestation month. It's an 11 month. And we've got a lot of pentacle energy in this reading, which is great. The Page of Pentacles is all about sowing financial seeds that bring and yield long-term financial fruit. So that is going to be happening at the beginning of the week. On the 24th, which is Tuesday, we have the Ace of Wands upside down. Affairs being revealed on this day, perhaps. But also another call that we're not focusing as much on purpose and passion as we need to be. These cards, wands, are all about our soul purpose. They're about our passions. And when it's reversed, it means something is upside down there. So take a look at that the final week of the month on the 24th. Wednesday, the 25th, we have the Six of Wands reversed. So this is a card meaning we're not feeling victorious. Whatever's happening here, we are not feeling victorious on Wednesday. Thursday, the 26th, we have got the Ten of Pentacles upside down. So this is a very high money card, Ten of Pentacles. Right side up, it is the inheritance card. It is the card of everything being right in the family in relation to money. It is reversed here. So this can indicate an inheritance coming delayed. It can indicate money coming delayed, and it can also indicate the family being upside down financially. Friday, the 27th, we have the Emperor. So I think it's fascinating that we got the King of Cups in this deck right side up, and we got the Emperor upside up, right side up. These are the two cards of male authority figures that lead with love. They are typically fair-haired men, by the way, but this is a call for us internally also, regardless of what's happening in our external landscape, to lead with love, to lead everything with love. Friday, this is right before we go into Neptune going direct. And so, yeah, moving out of a place of real logic and reason, which the Emperor also is. He's very logical. He's very reasoning, and into, Neptune going direct. We're sort of moving out of that rationality and logic and reason and into being able to dream big again. So that may have something to do with that transition. And Saturday, the 28th, is the day that Neptune goes direct. We have the Five of Wands reversed. Conflict, no conflict, meaning no conflict. So that's great. No conflict as we head into the weekend. And on the 29th, Saturday the 29th, the King of Pentacles right side up. I love that we're ending this month with the highest money card in the deck, right? So whatever this was that was happening earlier in the week, it actually wasn't that big of a deal. And I would imagine that it actually indicates money coming, not money upside down, because we end the week with the King of Pentacles, which is the highest money card you can get. Highest card in the deck. There is no higher money card in the deck than the King of Pentacles. And so then on Monday, the 30th, which is the final day of the month, we have the Fool card reversed. So this is like, do not take the leap, right? We've got the full moon, something life-changing happening. But it's like, it's not quite time to take the leap. Stay in a state of observation is really what I think that card is saying. Don't make any drastic moves based on what happens in that last week of the month. Stay in a state of observation until you see how things are going to pan out. So that is our November wealth forecast. I feel like overall a really, really good month. Overall, much, much lighter, much better energy, much better manifestation energy, much better money energy than the last several months of this year. So I think that's a good thing. I do think that we really need to keep our eye on mergers and acquisitions happening this month. We do need to be aware of things being revealed. And then obviously we will be seeing how the US election shakes out in the next several days. It's interesting because I don't actually have a prediction about the election. I think up until the last several days, I felt quite strongly that Donald Trump was going to win again. And it feels absolutely to me like there's been some kind of energetic shift, and it feels magically manipulated. It feels like a magically manipulated energetic shift. And so at this point, I actually don't even have a pulse or a finger on what's happening because I feel like it's actually been cloaked. So that's my 2 cents on the election at this point. We will all just have to wait and see what happens. I've been getting similar feedback from some other people in the prophetic space that I know, that it just feels like something really has shifted energetically, magically, which typically tends to be occult magic cloaking. And so I think we'll all just have to wait to see. I don't think we can believe anything that we're seeing or hearing at this point, and we're going to have to just sort of wait it out and see what happens. But I know one thing, regardless of what happens, regardless of who wins, you are still an incredible, incredible sovereign being that is the most powerful creator in your reality, and your path to economic freedom and freedom in general completely lies with you. And you are the one that's in charge, and you are the one that has all of the control. And so the sooner you step into that, the better off you will be. My incredible, incredible signature program, my wealth repatterning program, Ouroboros, also starts this month on November 11th. And if you are really, truly ready to get rid of all of this money shit for good, if you are ready to step out of the program, if you are ready to start seeing into the matrix, if you are ready to deconstruct those money stories that have been keeping you controlled your entire life, then do yourself a favor and join me in Ouroboros. We start November 11th. Have an amazing rest of your day, morning, evening, wherever you are in the world. And remember, it is your divine birthright to be wealthy in all areas of your life. And you are so worthy and you are so deserving. Now go out there and make November an amazing, amazing manifesting month. Think about how you want to leave your legacy on this planet and what you're calling in for 2021. I will see you next month for the monthly wealth forecast, which I for sure will do on my birthday, December 1st, because there's no place I would rather be spending than with you doing a December wealth forecast. So I will see you then and everywhere else on the interwebs between now and then. Mwah! Bye-bye.
That's a wrap. Thank you for joining me. Remember, wealth is a mindset, and you absolutely deserve to live the life you deeply desire. And with belief and intention, you create your reality. Until next time, this is Leah Steele, the Wealth Witch.